It's been a rough day for the entire crypto industry as it was just announced that Ripple co-founder is officially endorsing VP Harris. Yes, VP Harris, the same administration that has unjustly attacked good actors in crypto, has no plans to provide any pro-crypto guidance, any of that. But have no fear. Hester Peirce from the SEC spoke out in support of Uniswap and also highlighted two CFT commissioners' stance on the Uniswap versus CFTC. And this is actually good news. I'm going to go through and read some of the important parts of both of these letters from these two commissioners and tell you exactly what you need to know so you don't have to do it yourself. I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every day. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed with all alerts set. Like this video and drop me a comment if you agree with these two CFTC commissioners. My first question is, do you think that the CFTC has a right to give any type of guidance to crypto? Because a commodity is a raw material or basic good that is used in production, trade, or sold as it is found in nature. And when we talk about crypto, we're talking about intangible digital assets, things that you cannot find in nature. Now for the dissenting statement of Commissioner Caroline D. Pham on DeFi enforcement action involving Uniswap protocol. Quote, I am concerned that the Commission's ever-expanding jurisdictional overreach continues to perpetuate a lack of regulatory clarity, not only regarding digital assets, but more significantly for our cash commodity markets, where every day a farmer, rancher, or producer needs to use credit financing to grow and produce the food on our dinner tables. Therefore, I must dissent on the basis that this administrative proceeding is both legally unsupported under the CEA and in violation of the APA, in addition to serious public policy concerns that this settlement order will create further regulatory uncertainty, put small cash market businesses in jeopardy of violating the law, and stifle American innovation. And I honestly agree with her very much so. We are attacking an industry that the CFTC might not even have grounds to essentially regulate. Plus, what we're doing is we're making it a lot harder for people to follow any rules because there isn't any rules. And on top of that, we're stifling a brand new field in technology. And that's going to have a negative impact on American innovation. Commissioner Pham then goes on to talk about how emerging technologies like blockchain and DeFi protocols enable the direct P2P connection that really underpins the consumer-driven shifts in big sectors such as retail, entertainment, financial services, and that they potentially have the ability to rewrite American history and bring back entrepreneurism, which is all about the American dream. And again, when we're talking about this brand new technology, does it really even fall under the jurisdiction of the CFTC? And then Pham goes on to talk about that, yes, there can be fraud in DeFi markets and in any marketplace, which I 100% agree with, and that the CFTC can and will vigorously pursue fraud and manipulation in the markets and go after the bad actors. But in the case of Uniswap versus the CFTC, she does not believe that it was the right choice. And she also believes that it was misguided and rush to essentially beat the SEC over the jurisdiction of DeFi. And again, I have no problem following any types of rules or guidelines, just please give them to us. So this was a positive response from Commissioner Pham. Now let's go ahead and cover from Commissioner Mary Singer. Quote, today, the CFTC once again swings its proverbial enforcement hammer against another DeFi protocol. Given that Commodity Exchange Act, CEA, and CFTC rules were written for traditional centralized market infrastructure providers and intermediaries. It was my hope that one day soon the commissioner would consider rulemaking, or at the very least guidance, making clear how DeFi protocols could comply with them. Unfortunately, today is not the day. End quote. And I agree 100%. Plus, she goes on to discuss how this is regulation by enforcement and that legal clarity is needed because fighting in court is a financial drainer on all parties involved, especially the ones that are being funded by taxpayer dollars, our money. Plus, that this is, quote, driving responsible DeFi developers overseas to create businesses, jobs, and economic activity away from the USA, which essentially leaves bad actors and criminals who are only interested in taking advantage of American citizens. End quote. And again, she also states that Uniswap did take the proper steps to block leveraged tokens of the third parties, which we know is not part of decentralization, but it does indicate they're doing their best. Plus, the settlement of $175,000 also tells others in the DeFi space that would be their fine if they get caught, and that Uniswap also did not act as a liquidity provider, extend credit actively, trade leveraged tokens, or collect trading fees on the transactions in the leveraged tokens at issue. And then discusses how this enforcement action is stifling innovation in the United States of America, which is literally the last thing we need right now because we're trying to stimulate our economy. And then she explains the CFTC's enforcement action to stifling innovation with cars. If we had stifled innovation to cars and made them not faster, that would be bad for the United States as a whole. And her basic argument would be, well, we don't want to make cars faster because it will help criminals get away faster. And you see how silly that is? That's exactly the mindset of these public servants. Bottom line, this was a major win for the crypto industry because we do have people in support of us. And I agree, we need clear guidelines so that we can operate within the constraints of the laws, protect retail, but also allow people to come to the US, create, innovate, and really help stimulate this economy. At the end of the day, crypto essentially removes all the barriers for entry and participation and gets rid of all those social issues that we focus on so heavily in the USA. Crypto breaks down those barriers and allows everyone to earn ethically based on the amount of time and effort they want to put into the industry. Thank you all so much for watching. Drop me a comment, like, all of that. Bye-bye.